Okay guys, I'm going to do an in-depth guide of using the colors basically for all the words, and some of it is for shadowing and stuff like that. When it comes to the boxes and everything, the panels and everything, you need to use the textures folder. But when it comes to the text, most of it is found in the colors folder. So I'm going to show you where to go. And this is going to be a little bit lengthy, but I want to show you exactly where all of these colors show up. Okay, so what you need to do is go to Cody, Add-ons, go to your Skin, Silvo, and where we need to go is Colors. Some skins will have like a blue, an orange, a red. In the latest 18 Silvo, he just has defaults. So we're going to open the defaults. Now what I've done is I've made a spreadsheet to show you what each of these does. Some of them I don't know. I'm still learning as well, so hopefully this will help them. So as you can see, white, white 2, gray, gray 2. So white, white 2, gray, gray 2. I've listed what the actual color is, has how it shows up inside your Cody, inside the skin. And I've also showed you what each of them does. So this is found in various locations, and I've made a list. For example, it's found as the focused on the main menu bar. So I'm going to go through and show you each of these just by changing the color. So what we need to do is, I'm going to just open Photoshop real quick, and I am going to grab red. So you can just copy that, go back to your default XML, go to white, and you only go back 6 characters. You don't go all the way back. And you paste it in. You save it. Go to your Cody. And if you've done like I've done and added the key maps, all you need to do on a laptop is hit function F5. I think on a desktop it's just F5. So hit function F5. And you'll see main menu focused is now red. So along with that, second menu focused. So we're going to have a look at that. Second menu meaning when you go into like movies, for example. And you can see when I'm focused, it's red and red. Next is the settings icon unfocused. So if you go back out, you go over to your system, which is settings, you'll see all the icons are red. Next we've got File Manager Focused. As you can see, red. The none on the Add Source dialog. So as you can see, none. The keyboard focused. So you can see it's red. Search, power, favorites. So search focused, power focused, favorites focused. And the left leaf focused. Now the left leaf is right here. Well, you can go in most of these except for the settings. And if you click left, there's your left leaf. So those are all the things that I could find for the white, which obviously in this aspect I've just changed to red. So I noticed a few things when I was actually in here that I didn't note. So what I'm going to do is just show you really quickly that you can see at the very top here the actual bar, like the writing on the bar for when you're playing a video, because right now I just have it paused. So I'm going to just stop it, and I'm going to go to the actual video. And you'll notice down here it's still white. But if you pause it and you go back out to the main screen, you can see it up here. So that's another thing. It's basically, I don't even know how you would describe that. I'm going to add it in here though. And that would be the video name outside player. Okay, so next is white 2. And I'm actually not sure about that one, so I'm going to skip that for now. If in the comments you've seen what this does, please let me know, and what I'll do is I'll just alter the video and add it to it, but I could not for the life of me find it. So next up we're going to go with gray. And this is what we're going to see on it. Now I'm going to go back to my default. I'm going to back this up, change that back to white, and I'm going to add the red to where the gray is now, because it's very easy to see. I'm going to save it. And this is what we're going to see. So home date and home submenu unfocused are the first two. So once again in Kodi, what you need to do is the function F5 to reload the skin, or no, you can actually go reload the skin. So we're going to go to the main, and as you can see, the date. And as you can see, well, I can't move around to it because it'll screw it up, but anything that's unfocused in the submenu bar is red. Settings menus unfocused. So you can see all these unfocused. When you focus, it just goes back to white. The top bar of the second menus. So as you can see up here, you have the date. Unfocused leaf, left leaf. So once again, the unfocused is red. Player info icons and the player video info and time. So if we go back into our player, which I have running right now, you can see the info and the time that's left in it. And if you hit the actual info button, you can see the icons are red. Info button is just I on a keyboard. And last is the add file source dialog unfocused. So you can see browse is unfocused right now. When we move to it, it goes white. So that's it for that one. Next up is gray 2. So once again, we're going to go back to the defaults. We're going to take the red away from here, and we're going to add it into gray 2. Save it. Back to your Kodi. Function F5. And let's have a look at the list. So the second menu's time. Let's go have a look. you can see up here, time is red. The add-on screen unfocused. Let's try any of these. Here we go. System icons description. Down here. Power unfocused. There you go. File manager unfocused. Add file source unfocused. Actually, we can do these both at the same time probably. Add file source and the keyboard keys both unfocused. So there we go. Unfocused is canceled. And unfocused is all the keys that were obviously not on. So they're all red. Search and favorites unfocused as well. Now favorites you won't be able to tell because I've only got one entry. And we won't worry about that right now. So that's everything for the gray 2. Okay, next, gray 3. There's that. Make gray 3 red. Save it. Cody. Function F5. There we go. Okay, so for gray 3, home menu bar unfocused, which we just saw. Add source file unclickable areas. As you can see, keyboard's main title. Add-on descriptions unfocused. See over on the right there where it says browse movies, when you move over to it, now it's focused, unfocused. Second menu unclickable areas. This is usually in settings. So there you go. See, as you can see, because there's only one theme and one color in the Silvo skin, you can't change it, so you can't use it, so it skips right over them. And that's it for that. So next up is gray 4, and as you can see, I have no idea what that does. I couldn't find it anywhere. Once again, if you know, just write it at the bottom of the vid and I'll add it in. Okay, so next up is black. So let's go back here, put that up, go to black, change it to red, save it. I know it's a little monotonous, but just in case. Function F5. Now on this one, the main menu bar, there's a bar above it that has the date and the time, and there's a bar below it that has the submenu. Now this almost looks more like a texture, but it is what it is. As you can see, there's the bar above, the date and time, and if you click down to your submenu, bar down here as well. The settings icon outline. As you can see around the red and behind. And second menu top bar with info, date, and time. Just going to close the video and see if that helps. There we go. As you can see at the very top, the bar is red. So that is it for black. Okay, normally next up would be blue. Blue's a little complicated, so we're going to skip over that one right now. The next would be invalid. Now, I'm not even going to bother showing it because it only shows, as far as I know, on an error. And I haven't errored. So, obviously, when you get it, this is actually already set to red too, and that's probably why it'll stand out. So that's what that one does. So we're going to skip right over next to dialog header. And it's pretty much just like it sounds. So we're going to go back. We're going to change black to black. We're going to go to dialog header. Change it to red and save it. Go to Cody, function F5 to reload the skin. Now for this one, add source, the search, and the favorites. All their dialog headers will now be red. So as you can see, it's red. Search is red. And favorites is red. So that's all there is to that one. So dialog header are these three: add file source, search, and favorites. Okay, next is shadow. Paste in the red, save it. Function F5. Now, second menu top bar on the writing has a back shadow. Second menu top bar, as you can see, like a shadow around it. The main menu, the bar above that has the date and time, has a shadow, and the main menu, the bar below that has submenu, also has a shadow. So you can see these words here, the date has the red shadow, and also the submenu has a red shadow to it as well. And last, settings icons, the names have a shadow, not the actual icons themselves. As you can see. So that's it for that one. Okay, I'm going to go back to blue. Now, blue is a little complicated. As far as I know, when I was using Cody 17, the Silvo version, changing blue, or some derivatives of the blue, changed the main text. I'll show you right here. So you can see here, these ones are blue. Now before, when you changed it, these would change. So if we go here and we change blue to red, we save it. Back here, F5. you'll see it's still blue. It doesn't change anything. So what I think, well, what I've seen so far anyway, is that the default for that would normally work, except that it's being called somewhere else. Now, you can change themes, and this is actually pretty cool. But the only problem is when you, if you're just zipping up the skin, it doesn't take this into account. If you're doing a build, it's fine, it'll stick, but otherwise it won't. So what we need to do is we need to go to, I'm going to go to Skin Settings. And once again, you can see the blue over here. Low, 3 items, default. So what you do is you go to Customization and you choose Skin Colors. Now it's going to ask you to download an add-on, so you do that. Now this is really cool if all you want to do is go through and change colors and stuff. So when you choose Skin Colors, it's got presets. It's got Silvo one, which is orange. It's got this blue one, which is blue. This has different spots where it's oranges. This has different spots. That's why it looks like there's 2 oranges. There's general settings, and as you can see, there's the color there. Home window and widgets. So you can change things in here. So I'm not 100% on this, so let's test it. When you click on theme, it gives you all these colors to choose from. You can also change the opacity up here if you want it to be bright or not quite so bright. It's up to you. So I leave it at 100 for now, but you can change the value. You can click on one of these and it gives you the, as you can see, the hex code for it. So you can save it as that if you want. And as you can see at the bottom, see greens here, it changes all kinds of stuff. Changes all the theme stuff. And you can see it's changed your main options to green. Now, another cool thing about this is you can change your highlights, you can change the progress bar. I like doing these myself, so top bar is set to, I don't know if it's black or none. Let's set it to nothing for now. We're going to leave that alone. Okay, so that just gives you an idea where you can change it, and it'll change the theme. So if you're doing a build, this might be a good idea to just use this in order to set everything for you, and then you can go in and change your textures and change the rest of the colors that you want. But one thing that I really like about this is, okay, so you're in your theme and you're looking and you don't really like any of those colors. You have specific colors that you like better. You can change them yourself. So all you got to do is, if you have Photoshop, you can go online and find hex codes, but I love Photoshop for this. So I have, this is my favorite, little blue. So you just copy it, go back to your Cody, click on the color value. Remember, just the last 6, leave the FF. And you paste it and hit done. And now it shows you this is the blue, and you save it. And you'll see it changes the theme throughout. So I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I'm still learning all this stuff too, so I'm not 100% sure on why the default colors in here, why this blue doesn't change anything. I'm guessing you would need to go to other files. I did see in here, actually, if you go to extras and colors, it has a colors XML, which I believe these are your basics. Rainbows. This is where it pulls the color charts from. This is where you get your themes from. So I'm guessing this one overrides the default as far as the blue is concerned. I could be 100% completely wrong, but it seems to me like that's the only way I can work it out. I could never get it to work by just changing it in the default alone. But as you notice, when you change the theme, it changes it. So hopefully that helps. Now on that note, like I said, this is the default colors. Now I'm going to do a video on keyboards, and one of the cool things about keyboards is that normally when you set it, like you set, for example, if you were setting it in your defaults, keyboard focused, as you can see there. Keyboard focus would be the white color, but the problem is if you set the white color, say you wanted your keyboard keys to be blue, like A, B, C to be blue, you can set it here. You can change the white. You don't change the word in the quotations to white, you would just change the hex code. Change it to whatever color you want, but the problem is it doesn't just change the keyboard focus stuff, it changes all this other stuff that's in the list. So what's cool is there are some XMLs that you can change the hex code in there, you can change the color in there to be keyboard specific, so that all of these would still be white, but you can have your keyboard be blue. So I'll show you that in the next video. I love it when you stumble across things that you didn't know in the process of trying to teach others. So this is something I just figured out while I was making this video. So the colors XML that I showed you a little bit earlier, that had basic rainbow web colors and material design, I just shrunk them up so you could see them quickly. Each of them is full of colors. Now these are the themes, the theme colors that you see. Because if we go to Kodi and we go to Skin Settings, Customization, back into Theme, you notice up top here, which I didn't even see earlier, it says Basic. So when you click it, it has all these other options, all those other ones that are in that Colors XML. So say you didn't like the Basic, you could go Rainbow. Or you could go Web Colors. Or you can choose from Material Design. So I thought that was pretty cool. Well, I hope you like this video, and I hope you find it helpful. I will be making more videos in the next little while, so hope you have a great day.